Support WrestleTalk!
Order a t-shirt. Hello and welcome to the WrestleTalk Super News. I'm Ollie Davis. Press the thumbs up, buy a t-shirt, and leave a comment down below because I'll be replying to people from out of nowhere. Where today's question is, what can WWE do to fix Raw? Click the eye above my head or comment down below to have your thoughts. I'll pick the best suggestions and email them to Vince McMahon, whose address is, I've got it here actually somewhere. It's v.mcmahon@aol.com. He got that with the WCW buyout. We've got a packed show for you today, including which ROH star was in attendance for this week's Raw, how NXT might have just turned heel on the UK scene, and news a major Raw star, arguably the biggest in the company, will be moving to Smackdown. But first, Kevin Owens just started a fight with English pop legend Sir Elton John. The music icon is currently on his farewell Yellow Brick Road tour, billed as his last ever, although fool me once, Terry Funk, and a sold-out crowd were in attendance for Tuesday night's date at the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida, with Shania Twain enthusiast Kevin Owens and his wife amongst them on date night. But just minutes before the gig was supposed to start, Elton went breaking their hearts. It's an Elton song, and cancelled his performance due to an ear infection. Enraged, KO called out the 71-year-old pop legend for a fight. Hey, Elton John! Nobody ruins my wife and I's date night except me. You, me, WrestleMania. I've fought men in their 70s before. I can do it again. Hashtag KO versus Elton. Hashtag KO Mania 4. Maybe they could have an I'm still standing match. Like a last man standing. But WrestleMania's on a Sunday! I thought only Saturday nights were all right for fighting, in brackets. They're Elton John songs. And Elton wasn't the only person missing on Tuesday nights. Back in the game with a fantastic segue, as WWE Champion Daniel Bryan was nowhere to be seen on this week's episode of Smackdown. And like Elton, sorry seems to be the hardest word to say. That's also another Elton John song. The old Daniel Bryan wrestled 227 matches in a calendar year, much more than AJ has ever done in his career. Shortly thereafter, he needed neck surgery. The new Daniel Bryan is above that sort of masochism. Speaking of masochism, how about that Monday Night Raw? I'm sure current ROH wrestler Silas Young can't wait to be a part of it. The ironically 39-year-old Young has wrestled for Ring of Honor since 2007, where he is a two-time ROH World Television Champion. But he's recently told Wrestling Inc. his contract with the promotion expires at the end of this year, and there are rumors that he'll sign with WWE once it's up. Rumors that now seem a little more real, with PW Insider reporting Young was sitting in the crowd incognito at ringside for this week's Monday Night Raw in his hometown of Milwaukee. Maybe he can help turn Raw's ratings disaster around. This week's episode drew its fourth lowest rating of the modern era at just 2.37 million viewers, with its third hour, main evented by the mega draw of Baron Corbin versus Finn Balor, getting just 2.11 million, making it the second lowest Raw third hour ever. Smackdown, however, appears to have a statistically provable draw in the man Becky Lynch, whose return this week saw a ratings increase of 5.5% over last Tuesday, pulling in 2.26 million, amazingly being just over 100,000 viewers short of Raw's figure. Your ratings seem to agree, with an overwhelming 71% choosing the worst possible bore score of Raw, and 70% agreeing with Luke's smacktastic rating of Smackdown. But let's not just take our word for it. Let's also not take the opinion of all-time WWE legend Stone Cold Steve Austin. Remember, I said not there. For legal reasons, this is not Stone Cold Steve Austin.
This is Basement Steve Austin live from the basement of ADC Andrew David Cox, and that's the bottom floor. Hey, I got a chance to watch Raw this week, and whatever happened to good old-fashioned home invasion and beer chugging? Instead, you got Dean Ambrose out there starting a rivalry with the anti-vaxxers, and you got some kid running around doing Tinkletown on Bobby Roode's robe, which is about the most interesting thing that's happened to it on the main roster. Boring us. If this storyline sucks, then give me a hell yeah. This is where you say hell yeah, because we were all pissed off just like Bobby Roode's robe was being pissed on. Oh yeah, and by the way, Becky Lynch is the man. Becky Lynch. What? Becky is the man.
Thank you very much to definitely not Steve Austin there for appearing on the WrestleTalk News. What a big interview. For more Basement Steve, check out the ADCs of Wrestling podcast by clicking the link in the video description below. One popular theory is that the quality of WWE's programming will significantly improve once Triple H and Stephanie McMahon take over from Vince. A hope largely based on how great NXT's TV and takeover events are, which Hunter oversees. Rather worryingly, however, the latest development in NXT's UK expansion indicates Triple H is a lot more like Vince than previously thought, as he appears to be replicating McMahon's dismantling of the territory system in the 1980s on a global scale. Back in December 2016, WWE announced the launch of their first overseas territory, NXT UK, and put on a two-night tournament the following month to crown its first champion, Tyler Bate. While WWE claimed the project had been in the works for years, it's actually speculated to be a knee-jerk reaction to major UK network ITV launching their own promotion, WOS Wrestling, that same month. WWE quickly signed up many of the UK's top talent, including Pete Dunne, Moustache Mountain, and Mark Andrews, thought to be a way to stop WOS Wrestling using them on their shows. William Regal assured the contracts wouldn't affect the UK's lively independent scene though, and that there would be no restrictions on the signed wrestlers to prevent them working elsewhere. But our WrestleTalk sources have exclusively revealed that is no longer the case, potentially placing the UK wrestling business in jeopardy. Several months after Regal's original no restrictions promise, WWE decided their contracted talent could no longer appear for any promotions that had a significant online presence or distribution deal, like Defiant or Rev Pro, but could still wrestle for local level indie events. According to our sources though, the new NXT UK contracts dictate their wrestlers can't work anywhere else, except for WWE's partner groups like Progress, ICW, and Germany's WXW, which according to what reports you choose to believe, have either been invested in or totally bought out by WWE, with several of the Progress management team heavily instrumental in booking for NXT UK. This means that even the companies WWE is allowing UK talent to work for, they either control or own. The new terms will stop NXT UK wrestlers working for the local level indie promotions too, the ones that make up the lifeblood of this country's wrestling industry, and are a central reason why the UK has become such a great incubator of wrestling talent. So many different companies running so many different dates mean wrestlers can hone their craft working a near full-time schedule. But that is also thought to be the exact reason WWE have instilled these new terms. The NXT UK dates in Liverpool only drew a reported 600 to 800 fans, far less than the venue's capacity, which could be because fans can see those same wrestlers at their local promotions for just £10 a ticket, whereas NXT UK charge significantly more. While the contracted wrestlers will apparently be allowed to finish up their advertised bookings for the rest of the year, these appearances will come with a few more caveats. One is that they can only wrestle on shows if a paramedic is there, which is actually a positive change, and likely because several roster members recently attended the UK Performance Centre with injuries WWE didn't know about. But another is that NXT UK talent can no longer wrestle anyone contracted to ROH, Impact, New Japan, WOS Wrestling, or any other major promotions with immediate effect. This means any already announced matches affected by that will have to change, harming the small companies that run the shows and the fans that have already bought tickets. Will Ospreay jokingly tweeted, "So who am I allowed to wrestle in the UK now?" To which NXT North American champion Ricochet teased, "Just join the team, bro." And Ospreay replied with a Harry Potter gif screaming, "Never!" NXT UK champion Pete Dunne, however, has assured British wrestling is safe. We'll continue to grow, the talent pool is deep. Your favourite wrestlers are achieving goals and taking steps in their career. Don't believe everything you read. BritWres is alive and well. Let me know what what you think in the comments down below. But the UK scene isn't the only part of the wrestling industry approaching a TNA turning point. As it appears Smackdown's move to the Fox network from October next year will see significant changes in how WWE does business. The Wrestling Observer have already reported several stories how Fox's $1 billion 5-year deal for Smackdown will change both the on-screen and backstage product. For instance, up until now, Raw and Smackdown have shared one production crew, but in the months leading up to the Fox move, WWE will start splitting the teams to have a separate crew for each brand. Additionally, Fox reportedly want the brand split to stay in place, as they don't want to promote Raw wrestlers that appear on their rival USA network. And executives apparently want SmackDown to feature less comedy and take on a more sports-like presentation, so it fits in better with their sports block of programming from Thursday to Sunday. And the latest reported way the deal is affecting the on-screen product is that Fox apparently want arguably WWE's biggest star moved over to their show. Wrestling Inc. are reporting that Fox want to have Ronda Rousey on their SmackDown roster when the brand moves in October, feeling that Rousey's MMA background, popularity, and credibility as an athlete will be a major selling point to promote the show. This raises questions over how long Rousey will stay with WWE. Wrestling Inc. have confirmed that she's signed with the promotion in a multi-year deal, but she has said how she wants to start a family soon. When SmackDown moves to Fox, Ronda would have been with WWE for almost 2 years. And if she's such a desired part of Fox's plans, she'll be in a very good place come contract renegotiations. What a 10 times WWE forgot their own storylines! Click the WrestleTalk.com link on screen now to find out. And is Braun Strowman out of TLC? Click the top left video to learn more. I've been Ollie Davis, and that was wrestling.